One major enigma of The Big Bang Theory can be resolved by Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 2 by bringing back a young Sheldon character whose story was abruptly cut off. Because season 1 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage was devoted to establishing the spin-off, the main focus of the narrative was the titular protagonist's final adjustment to life with the McAllisters. While Audrey, Jim, and Connor received the majority of the attention, Georgie and Mandy's lives were also enlarged with the arrival of Ruben and Beth. The young Sheldon link was strengthened by the appearances of Mary, Missy, Connie, and Dale, which was foreshadowed by the conclusion of First Marriage Season 1. However, one overlooked character must also be included in First Marriage Season 2. Paige Swanson's tale was never finished in young Sheldon's final season, even though she was introduced in Season 2 and her story was continued throughout the series. Since Paige willingly got into conflict with her friend by happily accompanying Missy on her joyride towards Florida, her final appearance in the Big Bang Theory spinoff was in Season 6, Episode 16, and it wasn't exactly encouraging. With 14 episodes and multiple storylines to conclude, young Sheldon Season 7 made it nearly impossible to provide an update on Paige's life. The spinoff had to concentrate on the Coopers because of the 2023 Hollywood strikes, which forced the show to cut back on episodes, and young Sheldon's need to deal with George Sr.'s adultery, death, and Sheldon's relocation to California. Even yet, there was a bitter aftertaste from not knowing Paige's destiny because TBBT was unable to disclose what had happened to her, but the last time we saw her, Paige was struggling and making bad decisions. It was simple to become engrossed to her story because of her bond with Sheldon, and Paige's hardships hinted to a tragic conclusion. If the young Sheldon spinoff provided updates on Paige, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season May 2nd resolved the mystery surrounding her coping mechanisms and TBBT's reality. After all, Miss Hutchins, Coach Wilkins, and Pastor Jeff were all included in First Marriage, but they weren't as important as Paige. In young Sheldon, Paige's story was always meant to be the opposite of Sheldon's, who had social difficulties but was also able to build fulfilling connections. This was the case in both young Sheldon, when Sheldon bonded with multiple peers, and The Big Bang Theory, where the gang did gravitate toward him despite the fact that they found some of his eccentricities annoying. Paige was presented by young Sheldon as Sheldon's antagonist, since he saw her as the person to compete for Dr. Sturgis's attention, but it was also immediately apparent that they had a lot in common. This made it feel especially strange that their lives had taken them in such diametrically opposed paths. Young Sheldon's failure to unravel Paige's secret can be made up for in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2. Even without Sheldon being in Texas anymore, the numerous appearances of supporting young Sheldon characters in the first season of First Marriage demonstrated that Paige's appearance wouldn't be too unlikely. Missy's concern regarding Paige's actions and their friendship make a Paige cameo justified. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.